is May 23rd. I'm joining you from this hotel room in New York. I thought I would do a daily update, but I'm gonna head to breakfast and record this there.
So now I'm at the restaurant at the hotel. It's kind of interesting. I feel very nostalgic about New York, but then I come back here and I'm reminded of all the reasons why I don't live here anymore, including just how loud it is everywhere. This very much is a pedestrian city, so even as I was walking down the street, no one follows any of the walk signs or anything. I just feel like being a car in the city would be difficult. But let me catch you up over the last little bit. It also just started raining randomly. I moved to be seated in a little bit. Hopefully you can. So my last update was on May 12th. Pretty much I've been in New York to work on some things for this Elevate Creatives Fund that I had won about 6 months ago. And it was pretty cool because I got to see some of the recipients again and all of the progress that we've made in the past 6 months since receiving that $20,000 grant. Today I am flying out. I think it's going to be my first international trip of 2024, heading out for a wedding. I thought I would get a little bit more downtime in New York, but this trip is kind of squeezed just in between all of this work stuff. I'm going to be finishing the small business class, still taking care of some book stuff as well. Yesterday I got to attend the Shorty Awards where they announced that the applications are now open for the next Elevate Creatives Fund. And if you are a creator or a creative entrepreneur and could use a financial boost in your business, which I think we all could, check it out. Then on Tuesday, I spent most of the day with the Elevate Creatives Fund, working on some things, and I even got to meet the CEO of Wave, which was pretty cool. And since I was in New York, we decided we were going to host a diversibility event, and it was actually our first diversibility event in 5 years, I want to say, in almost 5 years. It was pretty cool. I got to host it with someone that I met when I was in college, so essentially I've known this person for half my life. Who would have known that this is where our lives would have taken us 18 years later? And so we hosted it with a law firm. It was really great. It was our first hybrid event too. I feel like we learned a lot. And then I went to go catch the filming wrap-up dinner. And on Monday, I spent most of the day traveling. I've kind of learned that either it's the whole day of travel if you're coming from the West Coast, or you take the red eye. And if I don't have to, I'm going to try not to take a red eye. I actually ended up getting invited to the How to Dance in Ohio reunion concert. So it was fun to just see all of the songs again. If I were staying tonight, there's actually a play that is going on that I would have liked to see. And I also had tickets to the Harry Potter exhibit. But again, it's weird because part of the reason why I wanted to be an entrepreneur was that I could have more control over my schedule, but it has been interesting on this trip. But I also wonder if there's a level of familiarity here that I feel okay not having to do everything. It's it's gonna be pretty gloomy today. But I got to grab coffee with my friend Kira on Wednesday morning as well. So it was great to catch up with her. On Sunday, the 19th, I ended up having this meetup called Happy Girl Club. It's kind of been my first foray back into physical activity after taking it easy for 5 weeks. So I showed up there with a friend, and then afterward, I think I was so distracted on my way out that I ended up leaving my yoga mat. I was pretty distraught about it, and it took up so much brain space. And
really happy.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
Very happy.
I was trying to figure out why I was feeling that way, and I wonder if, because I'm the youngest, I feel territorial over my things. It was also a gift. It was also something that I, really wanted, but I'm trying to not be so attached to things, right? Experiences over things. So that was that. I thought I would get more book stuff done actually that weekend, and I didn't, and that's okay. Saturday, I ended up going to a meet and greet signing with Jessica Biel. She had a book come out called The Kids Book About Periods. It was different than any of the other events I've gone to at this bookstore, which have more been book talks, but there was a line out the door But then while we were waiting in line, we got like a coupon to go grab ice cream. And it's cool to get to meet her. I got some photos of the encounter as well, which I will share. Friday, I had my small business class. This is actually the last small business class before we meet again next week. Also part of why I haven't really viewed these trips. These trips feel like workation trips is because I'm very behind on some of the coursework that I have to do. The next big deadline is on Monday, and then I think the deadline after that is Tuesday or Wednesday. I still have a lot of work to do on the Monday stuff, so maybe I'll try to do that today. What I've also appreciated is that because I got day passes to this women's co-working space called Luminary today and yesterday, so it's nice to be able to have a place to be able to go and work. Wednesday and Thursday, so part of this small business program is that we had to come up with a growth plan of a way that we're going to either introduce a new product to a new customer or a new product to the same customers, or expand on a current existing product to a new customer, or any way that you can grow. So I have been pretty much moving ahead on our growth plan. Wednesday and Thursday, I spent kind of working on that with the team. And then what was fun was on Tuesday and Wednesday, so the 14th and the 15th, I actually had 2 different events at YouTube. So I attended the one on Wednesday kind of late, but got to catch like a food truck part of it. Tuesday, I got to go for the whole thing. They always have the best swag too. And the 14th is when I decided that like I had already been to the last YouTube event and still hadn't recorded like all of the goodies that I had gotten. So that's where that last like not daily update but haul was from. Monday the 13th, grabbed brunch with a friend, Stephanie, who actually in my almost 2 years of living in LA, I still hadn't seen. We got to catch up. We had a pitch workshop for the small business program, and then a talk for the Unicorn Changemakers Authors cohort that I had graduated from at the end of February, and they let me join this one. And then Sunday was my last daily update as I was getting ready to work on the book. And I thought I would get most of it done last weekend, but I didn't. But I actually have a deadline until like the end of the month or so. So I'm giving myself more spaciousness to be careful and read through it a couple of times. So I think I'm almost done with the first pass, and then I'm going to do the second pass. But that has pretty much been the last week and a half. I'm glad to be back in New York. It's fun. Let me show you the food that I ordered. And I'm looking forward to like the next leg of this trip. And then, but yeah, with the yoga mat, they ended up finding the yoga mat. So when I go back, I am able to go pick it up. But that's all I got for the daily update. But I wanted to make sure I recorded one while I was in New York because the view from my hotel room is amazing. Just enjoying being back here. But also I've been trying to do my best to like not try to stack trips, so the outfits that I brought for this leg are very different from what I'll have for the next leg. But anyway, that's all I got. Bye everyone.